Hello people, I'm Jaby Koay, joined by Achara Kirk.
Sup?
We're looking at the trailer to TVF's Netflix's ALMA Matters Inside the IIT Dream.
I see what you did there.
What? I didn't do anything. I'm innocent.
Ain't that just the way it goes?
Thank you, Netflix India, for allowing us to react to this. Hopefully you thought that was funny. Okay, here we go.
सर हमारा पेरेंट्स 20 साल हमको अच्छे से बजा के यहाँ पे भेजा है सोच के कि बेटा अच्छा डिग्री लेके आएंगे वापस सर 20 साल हमको बचा रखा यहाँ
Wow. Is this a documentary?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Wow. Oh my god, goosebumps.
IIT Kharagpur was supposed to be developed as showpiece to show how Indian engineers can be trained.
I'm the first guy in my family जिसको इतनी एजुकेशन मिल रही है, जो इतना दूर तक निकल पाया है।
सुबह सेकंड ईयर में डिपार्टमेंट आया, समझ आया कि नहीं ये चीज़ मेरे लिए नहीं बनी। जिनको करना है वो करे, बट मैं नहीं हूँ जो कि वो करेगा।
Engineering is not about passion anymore. How many engineering colleges are there in this country? How many?
लोड तो है, तुमको अब अल्टीमेटली एक जॉब चाहिए है कि everybody is getting placed and you need to get placed soon.
कैसे बनाते हैं रिकरेंट? रिकरेंट ये सही बना रहा हूँ मैं। मुझे फंडा होना चाहिए, वो फंडा मुझे दे।
You are confined in a place and you have to make the best out of it.
लोग किसी भी हद तक जाने को तैयार होते हैं अपनी आइडेंटिटी को बचाने के लिए और उसको स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए।
नंबर से एसोसिएट करने लगे। जो नंबर है ना हर जगह नंबर, वो बहुत प्रॉब्लम का रूट है हर जगह।
Someone you know, you don't expect them to like hang a rope around the man and just like,
wow.
quit everything.
Wow.
जो सोचे थे कि at this time मैं कहाँ पे होऊंगा, उसकी कंपेयर में कुछ भी नहीं हूँ और उसके लिए गुस्सा खुद ही पे है।
कुछ एस्टोनिशिंग क्रिएट करना है ताकि ऑडियंस देख के आगे बोले कि भाई ये क्या है, कैसे बना है।
गर्ल कांट डू इट, बंदी नहीं कर सकती है यार, ऐसा काम कैसे कर सकती है।
There is a data. पागल तो हूँ मैं बहुत।
बस हो गया, जो सांस लेने देना होता है।
रिवर्स कर 1 2 1 होता है भाई।
तुमको ये पढ़ने बोला गया था, तुमने नहीं पढ़ा, तुम बुड़बक हो, निकलो यहाँ से।
I was wondering when Biswa Kalyan Roth was gonna drop in there because I saw his name attached to this and I'm like, yeah, but I see what you did there.
This is extremely compelling.
Yes.
I am very, very interested in watching this. Before we go any further, and hopefully I can keep it together as I say this, for any of you guys who are struggling with the pressures of schooling at any point, just know that it's a fraction of your potential life. It's small. If you just stay strong and you persevere, you'll see that it's a blip and ultimately doesn't matter. That one moment doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You'll be all right. As someone who's gone through some tough shit, just know if you come out the other side, that'll be way in your rearview mirror and you'll be all right. And it's almost like, wow, that actually happened way back there. And look where I am now is the thing you're gonna say to yourself if you just persevere. I think it's so sad that a lot of these kids end up with like high stress and pressure. It's like, this is the best time of your life.
It's supposed to
be. It
be.
will only get shittier from here in terms of your health. So like, you should, like, it's so sad that like kids are not allowed to enjoy themselves even just a fraction more. And so it's cool to see the camaraderie that's illustrated here with like the racing and the card games and the video games and all that stuff, the sports and all that stuff. I think that's really, really cool. My one thing to anyone who's not going through that is take a look around. And if you suspect that someone might be going through that, just reach out. You never know how you might affect someone's life.
Yeah,
you know?
by talking to them, by just being someone who's interested and there.
Yeah, that's the part that really like hurt the most. I was just like, ugh, of all the things that was said here, because it was all quite powerful. That's the thing that just destroyed me, because it's crazy to think that someone could feel so much pressure that they would just end it.
Well, I think you kind of got an inkling of that at the very beginning of the trailer when you had that powerful speech by the student who was like, you know, our parents took care of us for 20 years and they did just fine, and you can't even take care of us for 5.
Right.
Like, I feel like there's some sort of responsibility being thrown back onto the institutions who are creating this environment where it's super high pressure for these students, and yet when tragedy happens, they're like, well, let me just, you know, not be responsible for that. Or I don't know, are there any sort of resources for people to go to, any counselors, anything at all? It just feels like sometimes you're horribly alone.
If there's anything that life has taught me is that everything's driven by money at a certain point. And like, if they can take advantage of you, they just might. And it's like a system, like how do you, as this small individual, how do you not just be a cog in this machine? How do you do more than that? Like, what can you really do about this like monolith system? It's like,
and it just feels like so many people are there because that's what you're supposed to do, as opposed to genuinely feeling passionate about it. Like even that guy who was like, I ended up doing this thing and I don't even want to be here.
Right.
And it seems like he couldn't get out of it, which seems silly to me. It's like, if that's not the course that you want to do, then, you know, someone should be able to help you kind of change track and be like, well, I'm not into this type of engineering, but I'd rather do this.
I guess my one hope with this, even if the show is already out, Netflix can still go back and make an addendum. You know, they've changed things in their stuff before. So even, you know, what's her name?
Elliot Page.
What was her name before? What was it when she was a she? Ellen Page. And now I always associate it as Elliot Page. Look how well that name change worked out, right? Ellen Page became Elliot Page on Netflix's Umbrella Academy, right? Netflix can always update things. What I'm trying to get to ultimately, in a long-winded way, is that my hope is Netflix would sort of give people who are going through this some direction at the end of it. Like, instead of just going, look how messed up this is, like, what can you do as a person though? Like, that was my one takeaway when I saw An Inconvenient Truth. Irrespective of your feelings about that documentary, at the end, they gave you a path. Like, if you feel passionate about this, here's what you can do.
Also, what I found interesting was, you know the joke you made at the beginning about Kota Factory? Yeah. It's just really interesting to me that this is documentary style and yet feels as thrilling, if not more thrilling, than the fictionalized versions of this that we've watched. Because this seems to be a topic that, you know, obviously a lot of you guys can relate to, and they keep making shows kind of based around this type of thing.
I'm into it.
And yet the real thing, I'm like, dang, the drama, my God, real life.
Well, the thing about it is we've heard about it so much, but to actually see what it is in action, like actually playing out, it's very easily compelling because of all the entertainment that we've watched.
Yeah, and also just the way that they shot it, and I don't know if this is like in the documentary as well, but just in the trailer, it was like so kinetic as well. I was like, this is crazy.
Yep.
It's about a college.
You guys, tell us your feelings in the comments below. Let us know how you feel, if this reflects your experiences at all. Would love to know. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon, please. All notifications. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.